Hey everybody, it is Trader Girl ATX and I'm already misty-eyed thinking about what I'm about to discuss. I already did take one. This is take two. It is March 13th and that is a day that shall live in infamy. If you know, then you know. Normally I discuss trading, that's the whole purpose of this channel, but it is such an important topic which has destroyed so many lives. I would not feel right within my soul if I did not take this opportunity to discuss this very critical topic and to try to educate people. I am an anti-vaxxer. I am a long-time anti-vaxxer. I have been anti-vax since 14 vaccines were given to my grandma some 30 years ago, all at once. 14 vaccines at once because she was at a checkup and she was behind and they decided they should catch her up. So they shot her full of poison, 14 different flavors, and she was dead within 3 days. So this had a lasting impact on me, as it was 30 years ago, and I was a young girl, and what power did I have at that time? What power do I have now? The only power I have right now is the ability to control myself and to try to protect my children and my friends as much as I can. And this is why we're here today, because I am tired. I am tired of seeing innocent people slaughtered. So let me back up. So I already knew vaccines, could have a side effect, but maybe they were good too. They say that vaccines cured all these diseases, plagues. That's all lies. If you go research the charts, they used to be published on the CDC website. You could track the incidence of deaths by all these various diseases over the past 100, 150 years. Maybe I'll post a screenshot later with government stats. All you need to know, if you're just, trust me for just 1 minute, because I'm looking out for you. I know this is not a topic which people like to believe, the story which goes against the mainstream media, big pharma, the medical establishment, the professionals in white coats. I don't have a white coat. I dress in black almost always. But I can tell you I'm in the top 98, 99% of intelligence. I am fluoride free and have been fluoride free for, 25 years at least. I brain at a much higher level than the average bear. Okay? Mock me all you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to save your life. I'm trying to save your children's life and their lives. I'm sick and tired of the death. And there is so much to say here. But the point is, all these diseases which vaccines claim and take credit for saving us from, all those diseases were already eradicated down to 1 and 2% death rates 100 years or so before vaccines were ever created. Those diseases went away with the advent of modern plumbing. Yes, when the shit was not running down the hills and the valleys and the main street, being spreading disgusting disease, and getting in the water supply. When that ended with modern plumbing, those diseases disappeared. Vaccines were not created until another 100, 150 years later, depending on the vaccine. Jonas Salk is credited with creating the very first vaccine, polio. His peers thought that he was a freak, a hack, He himself wrote a book. Google this shit. I'm not lying. Jonas Salk wrote a book called Survival of the Wisest. In his book, he said, quotes, "Only those wise as to the science will survive. Period." End quote. This is coming directly from the mouth hand book by the man who created the very first vaccine. What do you think those were created for? Why do you think those very first vaccines included cancer cells from monkeys? That was their job. That was the plan. I need you to understand there are evil people in this world who do not give a fuck about the masses of humanity. These people subscribe to a religion called eugenics. In the eugenics world, there's not really like a truth or a lie. They just have to have balance and speak the truth and the lie. So the truth is always out there. It's always available. But the media, which they control, will tell you whatever little sweet story they want to push the agenda they want. And it is in your hands, dear listener. It is in your hands and your two little brain cells pushing around, fighting right now. Those little brain cells. It's up to those guys to save you because nobody else is coming. Okay? You cannot trust anyone. And so I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead and get the product packaging, the insert that comes with every single vaccine. You can Google this stuff online. Even though they've suppressed so much of the information that used to be readily available, so much anti-vaxxer information has been buried and hidden. But it's still out there. You just have to look much, much harder for it than you used to. Anyway, those product inserts tell you, item 13.1 on every single vaccine lets you know that side effect is death. They tell you that's a side effect. And yet you still keep shooting this shit up. You keep giving this shit to your newborn children. Or, read that same product insert and read the ingredients. Google that shit. It's not me telling you. It's me telling you to read and put your two little brain cells together and fucking read. Okay? You might have heard of a thing called Roundup Weed Killer. Landscaping guys and a lot of people who are idiots go spray this shit on the grass because they don't want weeds coming up in their flower beds because they're too lazy to bend down with their hands and pick it up, or they're too lazy to put down the barrier and some mulch. Whatever. They're spraying it all over our crops. It's in your vaccines. It's killing off your gut flora. You have like little bacteria that live in your belly and they help you digest your food. There's good ones, there's bad ones. The Roundup Weed Killer kills them off. And then that helps cause lots of mental illness. Because our gut flora have something to do, I'm not going to elaborate all that here, but it helps with our mental health. Your food is medicine, okay? I know I'm all over the place here, but I need you to know that vaccines are poison. That is the short story. And we are here today, and I'm letting you know, I didn't die, bitch. I didn't take a vaccine. My kids didn't take a vaccine. My mom didn't take a vaccine. My brother didn't take a vaccine. My sister-in-law didn't take a vaccine. My ex-husband did not take a vaccine. My brother-in-law did not take a vaccine. My niece did not take a vaccine. My nephew did not take a vaccine. Did I already tell you my mom? There's so many people. I can't even tell you how many hundreds of people who are friends with me on Facebook, and people have messaged me over the past years, just on random days. I get messages from people thanking me because I spoke out and I told them not to quarantine, not to vaccinate, not to inject poison into their body. And they're thanking me because they are seeing the side effects and the sudden death that has happened to all these people with myocarditis and so many health issues. It's disgusting. Please take care of yourself. Don't ever shoot up this shit again. Research it. That's all I can do.